I'm Steve Price. I'm the botanist for the Nolichucky Outdoor Learning Institute, NOLI. And today we're going to talk about leaves, and specifically how to tell a simple leaf from a compound leaf. Now this is always a problem with beginners with botany. How do I tell a compound leaf from a simple leaf? Well, you might think a simple leaf, and here we have a simple leaf. That's pretty simple. Everyone knows what a leaf looks like. And here we have a compound leaf. You say, wait, what? What's the difference between these two? They look the same. Well, you mean that's not a leaf? No, that's a leaflet. And this is a leaflet. Leaflet, 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 leaflet. The whole thing is a leaf. This is a single leaf. This is a leaf. So how do you tell the difference? Well, one way is right here. Leaves will have, they call the axil, a bud. A bud. Now if you look at this compound leaf, if you look at in the axils, there's no bud, no bud, no bud. But since this is the whole leaf, down here where it attached to the tree, there will be a bud. And so one way to tell the difference between a compound leaf and a single leaf is by the presence of a bud. If you see a bud, then you know you're dealing with a single leaf. Now this rule of thumb, like all biology, has problems. If it's not a perennial plant, then that is if the leaf dies back, there's not going to be a bud because there's nothing to produce. It's going to die back to the ground. Also, even if it's a woody plant, we may end up with no bud. The bud hasn't developed yet. And so that rule of thumb will not always work. But it's a good thing to look for, the presence of a bud. So single leaf, compound leaf. So, and there are a number of compound leaves. So here we have hickory, compound leaf with leaflets. Here we have what's called a palmately compound leaf. The whole thing is a leaf. The leaf attaches right down here. And these are leaflets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a Virginia creeper. Another form of a compound leaf is this, very common in legumes, is a 3 leaflets, or call it trifoliate. And so, and yet another form, common in roses, is 1 leaf with leaflets. So these are leaflets. Now, botanists classify compound leaves as being palmately compound, or this one is called pinnately compound. This is a pinnately compound leaf, very common, and there can be either 1 leaflet at the top, which would mean it is odd pinnate, or there could be 2, which would mean it would be even pinnate. And here's an example of the tree of heaven. Here we have, on the same tree, I collected these leaves myself, we have odd pinnate, a single terminal leaflet, and here we have even pinnate. And so whether a plant species is odd pinnate or even pinnate can be diagnostic for the species. That is, the plant can either be all even pinnate, and the key may say even pinnate. You say fine, but some plants like Tree of Heaven will have both. So you have to be careful. So this is also the number of leaflets can be diagnostic. So you count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 leaflets, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 leaflets. This could be diagnostic. Hickories are 5 to 7 usually. 2, 4, 5 leaflets. So compound leaves are very diagnostic. And it comes about because, here's an example. If you have this leaf here, this is a thistle leaf. Imagine that single leaf becomes lobed. You start getting lobes here. Okay, that's very common. Now, so if these lobes become extreme, you end up with what would appear to be leaflets. And certainly with some imagination, you can see how you go from this to this. So this is a singly divided compound leaf because it has divided once. It has pinched itself once. Now also, and here this is a trifoliate compound leaf. It's pinched itself, so to speak, 3 times. And now we have what I think is the most interesting compound leaf in the woods, and that is the cohoshes. The cohoshes have what are probably the largest leaves in the forest. Not probably, absolutely. With cohoshes, believe it or not, this entire structure is one leaf. But rather than being divided once to make this compound leaf, this is actually divided 3 times. And here's how you count. So there's a leaf stem. It's divided 1, 2, 3 times. Then it's divided again 1, 2, 3 times. Then it's divided again 1, 2, 3 times. So it's a compound leaf divided 3 times. This is a compound leaf divided once. And you're saying to yourself, well, wait a minute, where are the compound leaves that are divided twice? Well, it turns out those are very rare, and they occur around here only amongst some of the legume trees, mimosas, which I don't have an example of, but you would count them the same way. So I think with that information, that will get you going in terms of how to look at a leaf and how do you know if you have a leaflet or a single leaf.